let me say a special good morning to one and all those of you locked on Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9. Those of you also viewing via GBN TV, whether you're viewing Channel 7, Channel 11, Channel 20. Good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of To The Point. Today being Friday, the 16th day of February. Good morning once again to those of you via social media platforms, whether you're on the YouTube channels or you're via the Facebook page, you're via GBN's webpage. Good morning and welcome to this edition of To The Point. It's an open line edition this morning, which means you're free to give me that call, 435-2041. That's 435-2041. You have the option of calling me also via the WhatsApp, 435-2041. You know the procedure as usual. Make sure whatever device that you have playing in the background. I know sometimes you turn it up, you want to hear everything that others are saying, and sometimes it slips you in terms of turning it down. So feel free to call in, but make sure your device, whatever they are in the background, please turn them off. Let's entertain our very first caller this morning. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, GT, and good morning to listeners and viewers. Now, I just need to do a little clarification. Early on, I made a little criticism, or maybe an observation of GBN of repeatedly saying that the president of Ghana is the first president to visit Grenada since 1980. And a caller called and said, well, of course, he wasn't the first one because we had Kenneth Kaunda, and of course, I contended that Samoa Machel of Mozambique, who the South African killed in a plane crash, was the last in 1982. Now, if GBN had said the first African leader to visit Grenada since the 80s, that was correct. Mm-hmm. But they were saying since 1980, that is incorrect. And this is what I was trying to point out. Not that I was trying to slam. And then the caller said, well, the people are new. But what we send out on the media, because it will be kept in for posterity in archives and so on, we have to make sure as much as possible that it is clean and clear. So that is all. It's not that I was trying to slam anybody. I was just trying to show that we have to be accurate. To say first since 1980 is incorrect. But if the announcer said the first since the since the last one in the last of 1980, that was correct. That was okay. Now my contribution now has to do with how we see how oblivious our people are. There's a looming problem stemming from the drought that is affecting Panama, the Panama Canal, in which goods are being kept or delayed, and it would result in the shortage of products because we get a lot of stuff through the United States and so on, barrels and whatever it is, and it will have a problem. Even one of our citizens already affected. Elvin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard, was supposed to launch his book prior to the independence celebration, or around the time, and he was unable because, according to him, the book is supposed to be on a ship in Panama coming from China. His book was printed in China, so we have to be mindful and almost develop a kind of mindset of emergency or crisis so that we will respond. There's also other issues around the world, issues of the war and looming war all over the place. The warmongers are doing everything to ensure that there's war so that the war machine could be cleared to get new material. Additionally, we have the problem of the oil spill. And again, to me, we are too laissez-faire. We should be impressing on the government of Trinidad and Tobago to do all they can. And they don't seem that they're doing all they can. If you listen to to the chairman of the Tobago House of Assembly, you will see. I mean, and I've been following the incidents in last week when I first mentioned it on Friday last week about this oil spill. I mean, not much is being done by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, the authorities. I mean, we need to do something because if I'm told that this thing, or it is in the media, that it has really reached Grenada. The problem it will pose, not just to sea bathers, but to the environment and to our fisher folks, will be enormous. And we cannot allow, people to be irresponsible, and damage our environment. So we have to become almost vigilante, not to destroy, not to harm, but to be alert so that we can protect whatever little we have here. Thank you very much, GT, and have a good weekend, I hope.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
If I don't call back,
have a good day yourself.
Have
a good day yourself. Thank you so much. And that was our first caller this morning. Don't forget, it's the open line edition of To The Point for today. You probably have a complaint you want to, of course, throw this morning. You probably have a thought that you would like to share also. You probably have some difficulty with something, and you want to throw that out, some dissatisfaction or some way or the other. Feel free to do so. You also have the option also, folks. You also have the option of calling via the WhatsApp 435-2041. For those of you prefer calling via the WhatsApp, we have that option of doing that also. Let's go back to the phone. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. Caller, good morning. It seems that we don't have a caller there for some reason. Just a bit of noise in the background. 435-2041. 435-2041. Open line edition this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning. Seems that we don't have a caller there. I'm not sure what's the problem. Anyway, 435-2041, that's a number. You can give me a call. And certainly when you call, don't forget you are going live. Good morning to those of you on the JOB and you're listening to The Point. Good morning to you also. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, Sir GT. How are you?
Not too bad, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm okay for now. Trying to keep with the 50 fever because it ain't open over yet,
50 fever, what's that?
The only doctor to cure it is Dr. the Honorable Syek Matthew Gary. Well, it's 50 we're celebrating, it's a fever, If you know
I just kind of grab onto the direction that you're going.
Yeah.
Good morning.
What I want to mention about this, the gentleman spoke about the oil spill. I listened to it. In Grenada, here on the news, they're saying it wouldn't affect us. Mm-hmm. But the Trinidad news is saying that if it get out of control, it will affect the other islands in the area.
All right.
The people on the barge take long to identify that is their equipment. Mm-hmm. Then you hear in the next news from Grenada that we're going to do all our can to save the environment and whatnot. But they're telling you we have to ask Trinidad. We have to ask other countries. It's not bad to ask other countries, but we don't have nothing to really protect that and to control it and do the stuff to clean up that. So why saying that it wouldn't affect us? Why Trinidad saying that it will affect the other islands in the surrounding? So we got to get ourselves clear. We don't have nothing to really do all this cleaning up work. Try and get us. We always have to depend on other people for something. Try and say the right thing, so maybe you'll get help quicker. Thank you.
So understandably so. I mean, of course, situations of that nature is not customary for us, so we're probably going to need the necessary assistance. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome. Good morning to you, caller.
Morning. Thanks for taking the call.
Good morning.
Hello. I hope you're well.
Yes, I'm fine. Go right ahead, please.
GT, I have a little concern regarding the tiles hanging off the roof of the public library. Mm-hmm. They are loose, and with the winds and so we're having now, some of them are precariously close to the edge. And I don't know if the authorities are planning to put some sort of netting or something over the roof of the public library, because you can see when you look up, you can see the tiles are hanging. They are clay tiles, I believe, or clay slates. I'm not sure. I'm no engineer. But something needs to be done from a safety point of view, because some of them are close to the edge. People walk there, cars drive there, and it just needs one accident to happen and then we're in trouble. So I'd like the authorities to probably look at the tiles, the clay tiles that are hanging off the roof of the public library.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning, and certainly an interesting one there. 435-2041, 435. It's to the point for today, Friday, the 16th day of February, folks. Open line edition this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I want to draw attention to the broken road on Tulip Street, next to Bailey's Funeral Home. That's been there for a long time now, and I'm worried, because people park on the opposite side, and you're trying to drive through, and you have to maneuver to get through, and possibility exists you could go over.
Yeah.
So I want to draw attention to the Ministry of Works. They should look into this thing seriously.
Yeah, that's been there for a wee bit now.
Months now. And
it's a regularly used road.
The buses go down there. Everything going past through there. Once you come up Scott Street and you turn down into Tulip Street. That's a very active road. So I wish they would look into it. And I know they listen to GBN, so let's see what happens. Over.
All right. Certainly hope someone in the authority listened, and certainly some work will take place on that sooner or later. 435-2041, open line this morning here on To The Point. Give me a call. You probably have, of course, some thoughts that you would like to share this morning. There's a complaint that you may want to feature on this morning. Do feel free to do so. Let's go back to the phone line. Is it me? Yes, it was me. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, and how are you this morning?
Yeah. Something that has been bothering me is that I haven't heard the national anthem sung together with the pledge. I would like to know why they omit the pledge. Because when I was growing up in school, we always had to say the national anthem, and the pledge follows. So maybe somebody could help me.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Anyway, good morning to you. I certainly hope. I'm not sure how I could respond to that. Why we don't hear the pledge been said along with the national anthem, and so I actually never paid attention to that in a wee bit. Let's take a caller this morning. Let's take this call via the WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, my bro.
Good morning to you. Yes, caller, go right ahead, please.
And so do men. So we evolve, and we evolve in a negative way. We had things going for us years ago. It don't happen anymore. We don't have respect for one another. We break the law, and we know we're breaking the law, But there is no consequences. Because if there were consequences, these things wouldn't happen. I see people breaking the law every day. Look at Tom. Look at St. George's. Look at the sidewalk. You respect the police officers, you respect the teachers, you respect the nurses, and you respect people with status. You don't do that anymore. So there should be consequences. And once there's consequences, I think we'll have a different, Grenadians will have a different attitude. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. That's the number if you want to get on To The Point this morning, the open line edition, folks. And as you have the option of calling via the WhatsApp, you can call also if you want to call via the regular number, 435-2041. That's the number. You can also share your contributions this morning via the Facebook page. Just have the option of logging into the Facebook page, and you can, of course, make your comments and contribution. You also want to send a message via the WhatsApp. You have the option of doing that also. All right. And so good morning to you once again. Let's take a break inside this segment, folks. When we come back, we continue with your calls and of course and your contributions this morning here on the open line edition of To The Point. Let's take that break. We'll be right back. Stay with us, folks.
National Lotteries Authority is a proud sponsor of many cultural activities within the Tri-Island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matterson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Kiariko. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carriacou Pretty Carnival, the Carriacou Stringman Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
My granddaughter.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. To the point for today, Friday, the 16th day of February, the open line edition, which means you have the option of calling in, sharing your views, your concerns, sharing your thoughts, or something you probably want to complain about something. Yeah, we'll have the option of doing that also here on To the Point this morning, the open line edition. Taking a peek at some of the, of course, some of the messages that are posted via the Facebook page. Let's take this one from Elenica. I hope I'm getting your name right. Elnica. I hope I'm getting your name right. For my bad on pronunciation of names, I'm really bad at that. And she's saying the caller of my thinking. I couldn't support you more, and I have opined on this already. Reciting the pledge, personalized patriotism, in my view. Let's go back to the phone line. There's some more comments, but I will certainly take them up shortly. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. Caller, good morning. I am not sure. We lost that caller there once again. 435-2041. 435-2041. I don't think it was on my doing with that caller. Let's grab some of the comments once again. We have Deanna saying, especially at school, it's done in most schools, and national function, it should be mandatory. And I think they're all relating to the use of the national pledge. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Oh, great. I'm just hearing you. Mr. Telesford, good morning. Greetings. Trust that all is well with you.
Yes, all is well, sir. Go right ahead, please.
You know, I need my own radio station. Help me, no? Hear this. Listen, Mr. Telesford, to get a little bit serious, you know. It is said that, I wanted to start on a certain point. Mr. Telesford, over the years, I've been asking certain, I retract I and say we, because questions, Mr. Telesford. Questions because of my curiosity in the state that I am today. I managed to read certain things, Mr. Telesford. And because of my curiosity, I have formed opinions, maybe one, maybe more. And whereas it is said that opinions, new opinions, are usually suspected, always rejected, without any other reason but because they are uncommon. My opinion, our opinion on the matters related to the constitutional architecture of our country stems from bibliographical references, Mr. Telesford, to move a little faster. I seem to take a little fast when I speak a little faster. Mr. Telesford, in 2002, the then so-called Governor General commissioned a team called the Constitution Review Commission of Grenada. They published a little booklet somewhere along outlining the terms of reference and other things. And on pages 5 and 6 of the document, there's a little passage called the Constitution of Grenada. It begins as follows. The Constitution of a country is the basic law of the country. It went on, Mr. Telesford, on the second sentence, to tell how that the laws of the country and the entities of a state are built on this Constitution. It went on to speak of where the Constitution gets its authority. This authority they refer to is known as political legitimacy. Mr. Telesford, it comes from and totally agreeing with an already established fact that political legitimacy derives from the popular, implicit, or explicit, or you may replace these two words by indirect and direct consent of the governed being the people. Our Constitution never had that, Mr. Gentlemen, sir. Grenadians, it never had it. So I asked the question. The document went on stating, Mr. Telesford, I really like you to find that document and read it to the people. It is not me inventing. It will be criminally fraudulent of me to claim any authorship of this document. It is there. One of my questions, why is it that the people of this country, especially the Constitution gurus and the legal authority, and the political authority do not want to talk about it? Why should we just discard it when reference was made to the illegitimacy of the establishment of the state of Grenada, and they continue to tell us that we're politically independent and a sovereign nation? So therefore, and now that the question comes again, what shall we do with this Latin pamphlet of an imperial order and council of the king's most excellent majesty? We're being told, well, to effect the changes, we must have a referendum. But we can't do that because it's a quote-unquote, according to the legal luminaries, a steep climb. Now, come on. Who decides this, my dear brother? If there is a question to be answered to get clarity, then just put it to a consultative referendum of the people. They decide whether we get a 2/3 majority to modify or to write our new constitution under a constituent assembly, Mr. Telesford. Who decides it? I know it's a steep. They don't have authority to decide whether or not it's a steep climb. It's the people. Put it to them. Question. Are you in agreement, or do you wish to continue to live in perpetuity under an imperial order of the king, kings, queens, monarchs, imperial order in council? Or do you wish to write a new constitution through a constituent assembly? An alternative question as established by modern questions for referendum. Bibliographical reference, Brexit. It is there, Mr. Telesford. Why are they trying to maintain this hold over the people where we have to quote-unquote beep up to a king? Why? The time has come. Let us talk. And therefore, I am challenging here publicly. You see, I'm a common man, but I don't know what they're afraid to make my shame. I'm begging for them to make my shame and make me look ridiculous on public radio. Let us debate it. I challenge the so-called Governor General, the so-called Prime Minister, and all the they're because they studied legal luminaries. So let's talk about this matter. Prove to me that Grenada is a politically and independent sovereign nation state. I'll end by saying this once more, Mr. Telesford. According to international law, a politically independent and legal and politically independent and sovereign, that's the key word, nation state, I made over 4 elements. 1, I defined territorial integrity, an established population, the capacity to deal with other states. But listen to this one, and this is the one they're afraid. Not ruled by or governed by any other. Not ruled or governed by any other. We were told openly in September last year that we are ruled over a king and they're praying for us, and we should pray for us, pardon him, to rule over us. And only recently we heard again, King of Grenada, King of England, King of Grenada. They're giggling at us. I say it is time we end this fast, pardon, Mr. Telesford. I thank you very much for your
thank you, sir.
Patience.
Have a good morning. Have a good morning. Let's go to another caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
To you. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Go ahead with your contribution, please.
Oh, well, my contribution is about pleading my cause for myself. The people of Grenada that like to thief for we Grenadians that go out in the diaspora in England and they're working hard and send our things home, and they passing around and pick it up with grace. They have no shame, nothing. They only passing around and pick up people things that don't belong to them. I grow with people that tell me, yours is yours, work for what you want. The government and them have in Grenada have to let these people and them go for work because they want everything for free, and then yet still they're robbing people things. Give them work to do, so they, if they want nice thing, let it, they could pay the plane fee, come and work. Whether snow, rain, whatsoever in America, we have to go to work, because when we don't go to work, we're not getting paid. We have a rent to pay. We have to buy every living thing. They could get a mango, they could get banana, they could get some damn thing to eat. We cannot get nothing without money. And when we work hard and we put things where we come from, they're still turning wrong and thief it.
Caller, let me ask you something. Are you complaining that someone is stealing stuff from you from where in the Grenada? Is that your complaint this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in my house. In my house. I working hard.
Have you tried talking to the police or something pertaining to, in relation to it? I mean, saying it over the air. I don't think somebody's going to.
To be honest, no. I let it fly back because it's a long time, years now that going ahead, and I just let it fly back because God is good to me, but what really hurt me, the last barrel they take year before, because I was in Grenada last year, and when I reached there, the barrel gone. They come with all kind of little keys because I bring my locks on them and put on the barrel. They leave the keys. The person so bold that they leave all the keys that they bring to on.
So are you saying someone is having access to your house? Is having access to your house? Well.
Yes,
I think you should probably look into some sort of security measures that will probably eliminate that you having that problem, caller. And thank you so much.
Yeah, I ain't have a husband. I ain't have nobody giving me, if I don't work, I ain't getting it. And then when I work, I'm working for what I have. And people still turning wrong and take it away.
All right, caller. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Certainly do understand, but take up the entire morning, but I certainly do understand. Let's entertain another caller. 435-2041, 435-2041, and let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yours is yours. Yours do not belong to anybody else. And I find that people must respect people's home. In fact, when they're going into people's home, they have a right to call first. And anybody, I think, entering premises and do not call, they need to be dealt with. Except you are the person, a very, very good friend. It's time that people must respect people's place or places. Now, I don't know. Right and wrong is determined by the society. It's not by what people think. The society have right and wrong. And the government have to help the people observe the rights. And when I say the government, the police or the people who are in charge, who are placed in charge to do that. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, now sometimes you don't have to report something to the police. The police could intervene and ask you if you have any problem. Use psychology and let the person tell them the problem and help them to help solve the problem.
Caller, are you saying that? Caller, can I just ask you a question, caller? Are you saying that if you shouldn't report anything to the police should just come and ask you if you have a problem?
No, I wouldn't say you shouldn't report anything.
Well, you just mentioned that. You just said that.
If you're constantly reporting, maybe you do not have to report because obviously you get fed up.
All right.
You get fed up, and that would frustrate you. When you are frustrated, the police should know anything is likely to occur. Maybe what you do might be right, but somebody has to intervene.
All right. Thank you so much, caller. 435-2041. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning via WhatsApp. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Radio Announcer.
Good morning to you,
sir. Good morning. I just want to back up to the previous caller that talking about the people who enter in other people's home and take this stuff. Because I personally am living in Canada, and I had somebody went into my house and cleaned my house out. I called the police. The police came the day after, take a statement, said that they were going to call back, come back and investigate, and they never did. So I want to know what the government or even the police is doing about it, because a lot of young guys, they're just distressing people and giving people a lot of heartache. As the lady said, she worked hard in America. I'm working hard in Canada the same way, putting the things in my home so when I come back, I could relax and enjoy myself in my homeland, and somebody else is trying to distress me. I would like to know what the government or the police is doing about these kind of people.
All right, on the Saturday, so I certainly hope someone in authority is listening, and probably when we do have the police on one of these mornings, they will certainly able to offer some solution. 435-2041. Let's take a peek at some of the comments via the WhatsApp. We have this one from Cleveler saying, "Seem like the little boys are blind to things that affects people. The breakage on AJ Blaze Street is way overdue for attention now. I bet that if a vehicle goes over the broken section of the roadway and someone dies, and they will get cracking real fast to repair the roadway. Where is the man with the belly and the guts? Has he not seen that as an issue of high priority?" 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you want to get on here on To The Point this morning here on Classic Radio GBN TV. Give me a call, 435-2041. Let's see if we could grab another comment from the Facebook caller. The only thieving from people, they are not only thieving from people in diaspora, they're thieving in the industry booming in this the thieving industry is booming in this country. That's what this individual is saying. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning, Brother Telesford.
Good morning to you, sir.
You know, some time ago, there has been this thing in the community that is referred to as community policing, where the police officers would pass through and find out what problems that exist in different homes, you know? It's community policing. And I remember I'm living in Birch Grove, and I remember certain police officers came to inquire of me what has been happening in terms of the home and how things are governed here, you know, generally speaking. So I am just suggesting if this could continue on a more outstanding basis, where community policing will take place in as many parts of the island as possible, I think some of these problems will be solved. This is just my opinion.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for expressing your opinion. And a few weeks ago, did have a representative from the Royal Grenada Police Force here. Did speak in a whole lot on the community policing, and I certainly hope it certainly will be getting in full force soon. Let's take another comment before we take a break. This one is from Alista via the Facebook page. He's saying, "No man is an island, Mr. Rolo. There there is such a thing. There is such a thing as 100% independence. This country runs its own business, make its own decision, and do very well please. What else do you want? We cannot ignore the fact that ignore the World Bank and the IMF. We are 100% independent. All right. Let's just take this final caller before the break. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my dear. God bless you. Happy New Year to you, my dear. First time I'm calling. I call many times, but I never get through.
Welcome.
I'm calling, connecting with, I live at Montmaris. My husband is 88 years gone. I am 77. During the problem when they started to run on Montmaris Road, the heavy vehicle bust my wall. It is open up. I call them, I show them, I tell them. It seems to me that nobody is paying heed to what is happening dangerously, because I don't know when that's going to just push down and damage me and my house down here. I would like you to even come and see for yourself what I'm talking about and take me on there, because I have an amputated foot. I can't do much, very, very little. And my husband is 88. He's shaking. He could hardly do much. So please, I'm begging. Please help me with that wall.
Okay. Certainly hope someone in the authorities is listening and certainly get some remedial work done for you. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take a be coming back with more of your calls and contributions towards the program this morning. It's an open line edition. We'll be right back after the break.
Planning and Development Authority of Grenada, PDA, is enforcing regulations to curb illegal, disorderly, and unauthorized development in several locations throughout the state of Grenada. The authority is concerned that structures mainly associated with vending are negatively impacting the environment, has undesirable public health and sanitation consequences, present obstructions to vehicle and pedestrian traffic, can become projectiles during adverse weather conditions, and generally affect the aesthetics of the nation. The PDA will work along with stakeholder ministries and institutions to effect the demolition, removal, and disposal of structures which fall in the category of illegal and disorderly development, commencing January 2024. In this regard, persons who vend in or occupy such illegal structures are advised to secure their personal belongings and have the structures removed ahead of the planned PDA demolition operations. These actions of the PDA have become necessary to safeguard and protect public health and the environment, ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens and visitors, discourage any future disorderly construction, and encourage compliance to regulations pertaining to physical development in the state of Grenada. This is a message from the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. It's To The Point here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Let's take this one from the WhatsApp. This individual is saying, Mr. Telesford, I would like to know why the St. Patrick's Primary School sports went up to 8:30 last night. I think that the organizers need to look at that for the other branch sports. It ends too late for primary school games. Let's entertain a caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Hi, good morning, GT. How are you doing?
I am doing good. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. GT, I just have a little advice for the young people in this country. And GT, my generation now is young people, so I'm talking to them, so I hope that they by the phone and listening what the granny say. GT, our advising the young people, if you're drinking a case of beer, cut down and drink half. So the time you reach 65 years, you must have something there to help you in your dark days. And we must understand that everything that the government do in this country, they want back the $500, they want back the $150, they can't pay $1 for the children. This is taxpayers' money, even though in me old age, I'm paying tax because we have a land, we have a house. So this is the people that pay the money so the government could get to run the country. So if we study we head while we're young, when we get old, we won't come on the radio and cry for the government to help us, even with our own little children, to give $1 to pay for lunch. Everything is free. Government trying. Oh God, let me reach them halfway. Well, let me meet them halfway now. So please, young people, I won't stay young all the days of your life. I'm talking to young people, even my family. Study all your head. Put something there for rainy days so all you won't have to cry to the government for help when all you get in old age. Thank you.
Thank you also for your contribution this morning. 445-2041. Let's we could grab some comments from the WhatsApp, and someone via the WhatsApp is saying police in Grenada are too slow and laid back. That's one making their contribution there. We do have some other comments. Let's take a call before we take the other comments. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Yes, GT, a pleasant good morning.
Good morning,
yeah,
GT.
I want to add my voice to the situation concerning the oil spill, because to me, the first time I heard this mentioned, it seemed as though the Trinidad authorities were not too keen on this. I think the world knows that whenever something like that happens, you start to take remedial action as quickly as possible. It seems that they were looking to see how it's going to impact before because they don't seem to, I don't know if they don't have the equipment, but they said that they had not sought international assistance. So is it when it gets out of hand, you're going to ask for assistance? And I think all the small countries in the Caribbean, well, as far as it's likely to reach, and we, right above Tobago here, we will be seriously impacted. So I hope and pray that this does not get out of hand to impact us in a very negative way. Have a good day, Chichi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning also. 435-2041, 435-2041. And I'm seeing a contribution here from someone. They're saying, good morning. Is it possible to give me the contact number of the lady who were talking about people stealing from her house? I may be able to offer some assistance. And so here's a number for the good lady if you're still listening to the program. You could take this number. That's 406-0543. That's 406-0543. I'm not sure if the individual is a police. They haven't identified themselves in that particular way. But if it's a police or someone in authority who is sending out this message for me to throw it up and call this number, maybe some assistance could be given to you in terms of the situation that you are going through in terms of folks stealing your stuff. The number once again, 406-0543. That's the lady that called pertaining to individuals stealing her stuff. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. We lost that caller there. Once again, 435-2041. That's a number. You can also call me via the WhatsApp if you wishes to, or 435-2041, our direct phone line. Let's take a peek at some more contributions this morning. Someone is saying, GT, good morning. Today I want to congratulate the Independence Committee for a great job they have been doing towards the celebration of our 50th anniversary, which will be extended for 1 year. I must say the days of the 7th was remarkable. 50th joyful, and all Grenadians. Two things, including the drone show that got my attention, and I was seeing our seniors on the train and so forth. So that's a contribution someone is making here. Let's take a call. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hello, I'm calling in support of the lady who called about her house being, visited by thieves, and also the gentleman who said also his house being really cleaned out by thieves. There is a problem here, and I'm going to talk about this because it appears that no one is taking notice of we who come from the diaspora. There is this call for us to come home, and of course we work very hard in terrible weather. We can't stay at home and say it's raining, it's snowing, I'm not coming into work, we'll be sacked. We can't say we're sick, we're not coming into work, we'll be sacked. We can't say we're not coming into work because we got mortgage to pay, rent to pay. But of course, when we do come back to Grenada, we struggle to build our homes. We have fraudulent relationship with builders, and some of us are in courts. Some of us have to rebuild our house. For example, myself, I had $3,000 stolen from my account at a restaurant. 3 years now, I've been going to the courts. The person is not turning up, and the police is not finding them. I was in a flat. I woke up to find that somebody slashed the security thing and tried to come into my bedroom. I reported to the police. They came and they said, we're going to look at it. They never came back. My point is this. Why say to the people abroad, welcome home? come back. We need you. When we come, we invest a lot of money here. We do invest quite a lot, and we get very shitty services. We're not asking for special service. We are Grenadians as well. We asking, if our young people in Grenada need to go and work. You offer them work, they don't turn up. They turn up today and they want the money, you give it to them. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, they don't turn up. So, there's some sort of social program need to be done with the police, community, and the government, especially the diaspora office, to enable us to come back, because we're not going to come here and take that rubbish. Sorry, I'm so sad about that lady and the gentleman. Do you know how hard we have to work up there? I went to England as a little child. And you even work in your school holidays. Grenadians, young people need to get up on their arse and go to work. Whatever, money is not shy. It doesn't matter if it's $1, earn it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Let's go to the WhatsApp call. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, GT, last Tuesday you had Emily Pierre and we had Kate Lewis on your program. And a question was asked concerning the Constitution, which we know Emily Pierre danced around. She didn't want to answer it. She take us way, way, way back to policy policy. Okay, we see the defiant in them. A question was asked concerning the Constitution of the NNP party. And Emily Pierre once again misleading Grenadians by not explaining it. She danced around because she knew that they did not have a convention and that they operating without a political leader. She knew that. You understand? And she's still claiming that Dr. Mitchell, as far as she knows, is the opposition leader. As we all know, as Delma Thomas said to us, the Honorable Delma Thomas, that the NNP lost the election because of what was said on the ground because of Dr. Mitchell. All right? And yet we have that they don't want to call a convention because Dr. Mitchell know he did not have the vote to win. Also, now we know that he's pushing Evelyn Pierre. We heard it in the meeting where he announced her as the next upcoming political leader. She do not have the vote either. The person who have the vote is Peter David, and they know that they're trying to hold the convention just to see if they could make up the vote to beat Peter. We already know what's going on. Also, we heard the rumors they've been keep spreading. We heard it from Dr. Mitchell. When Dr. Mitchell came on the program on GBN and claimed that someone called him and told him about the ISIS. We all know which was another lie. We heard Emily Pierre Tuesday saying somebody called her and tell her about gunshot been going off, and then they hold up a bus and they was asking for someone. We all know Emily Pierre's husband is a member of the RGPF. All right. If Emily Pierre have something like that, wouldn't she go to her husband or take it further? These people that's coming, and these people that's trying to mislead Grenadians with stuff. We also heard from Kate again, who said she left before the drone display. We also heard her come with another lie about a student. Say, Miss, oh, why they have to be so extravagant, spending so much money? Once again, we know it's another lie again. I don't understand why these people and them trying to mislead Grenadians. These people was in office for 20-something years, right? They always talk about the Prime Minister misleading people. We could talk about the shrimp farm, we could talk about the fall farm, we could talk about the biggest mislead that Grenadians ever have, was calling the youths in pearls and telling a lie to the youths, and up to now, none of them apologize to it. You know what I mean? So if they want the Prime Minister to come out to apologize, we the youths, we asking them to apologize about the lie about the aisle, while they take the youths and pearls. You understand? These people have to stop that. We know exactly what's going on. The convention is not calling because they know Peter David have the vote. And that's the reason why they're not going to call the election.
All right, caller, thank you so much. Have a good morning. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, yes. I noticed there is an advertisement for the removal of illegal and disorderly development of these wooden shacks that are all over the place for vending, etc. I think this is a wonderful initiative, but the voice that they are using it seems to be artificial intelligence or a foreign voice with a foreign accent. People will listen if it's our voice, a voice and in the vernacular and language that we can understand. A lot of people don't understand what the voice is saying. And I think in order for them to reach to the people about this removal of these houses and shacks that people are selling, they need to do the advertisement over in a voice that we can understand and relate to and remove this foreign-sounding voice with an accent that a lot of us don't understand. Second of all, the people that are stocking up empty houses with barrels overseas and calling and complaining that people are going into the houses and stealing the barrels, we need to think, are they hoarding? Are they, taking a lot? It seems excessive. Share it, or if you're not ready to use it, don't stock up the empty houses with barrels and then not want to invest in a camera, security, things to secure your house, or even you don't trust a family member to watch the house or give a key. So you can't eat your cake and have it. If you don't trust somebody to look after the house, don't send down barrels stocking up an empty house. And it doesn't sound like good common sense. The next thing is the African leader. There is a new saying that for the first time since the 1980s, we got an African leader to visit. Maybe it's a good thing if we don't get them. Because if every time one visit, we sit down and give out visas free, then we don't need them to visit, because this man was supposed to come to celebrate independence. That is what Deacon Mitchell told us. Next thing we hear, they sit down and get into a memorandum of understanding on Independence Day, giving them free visas. No visa. They could come, we could go. Well, we doesn't go, So it's really them that get to come. So it's better that these African leaders come every 100 years. Because if when they come, we giving them no visa to come, just come so and we signing thing with them, I don't think we should get them, And another thing, the last thing. Facebook, this morning, Innocent say that Grenadians using Facebook maliciously, abusing it. Grenada is a people we mako. We like to mind people business. So this Facebook, they should delete it from access to Grenadians, because it's making the mako, the malicious, the gossip worse. They like to mako. No, they're taking pictures, they're posting themselves naked, they're posting themselves eating, they're posting people business. Facebook is fast book for Grenadian, and it is not a good thing for this society. You have a good weekend there.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Have a good morning, folks. We due for a break. Let's take that break. When we come back, we get into our final segment of To The Point. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
The agricultural shop at the
The Planning and Development Authority of Grenada, PDA, is enforcing regulations to curb illegal, disorderly, and unauthorized development in several locations throughout the state of Grenada. The authority is concerned that structures mainly associated with vending are negatively impacting the environment, has undesirable public health and sanitation consequences, present obstructions to vehicle and pedestrian traffic, can become projectiles during adverse weather conditions, and generally affect the aesthetics of the nation. The PDA will work along with stakeholder ministries and institutions to effect the demolition, removal, and disposal of structures which fall in the category of illegal and disorderly development, commencing January 2024. In this regard, persons who vend in or occupy such illegal structures are advised to secure their personal belongings and have the structures removed ahead of the planned PDA demolition operations. These These actions of the PDA have become necessary to safeguard and protect public health and the environment, ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens and visitors, discourage any future disorderly construction, and encourage compliance to regulations pertaining to physical development in the state of Grenada. This is a message from the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. It's To The Point here, Classic Radio, GBN TV. We invite the final segment of the program this morning. Let's take a caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Not too bad. Go right ahead, please.
I think it was yesterday or the day before, listening to this program, and the host of the program was coming down hard on the police and calling the police stupid and they're not doing their job, they're not professional and whatever. But most of the host listeners is from the diaspora. So I believe that's where the people from the diaspora getting that anger from towards the police in Grenada, because it's just normal common sense. You have properties in Grenada, you have nobody living in the house. A security system is not that expensive. It's not expensive to install, and most of them these days they come with this they don't know how to use wires. They just hook it up. You got the internet and that's it. On your phone, you can look at the property from New York, England, on your phone. Just sit on your job and watch your house, or whichever place around the world. So it's not that, it's kind of baffling to somebody to complain and say the police are not doing their job. Because what do the police work with? If they have nothing to work with, they can't go and secure your house and like a security guard and watch your house all night. So you need to invest in something that police can work with.
Yeah, you could invest in your own security system. I understand that.
Yeah, that's just very simple. I don't know how these people complain about people breaking their house, and I mean they live in the diaspora. They must have common sense. It's as simple as that. Secondly, my boy, I saw Israel put a video with the Hamas leader running on the ground with his wife and his little daughter, and full of cash. And these people are crazy, They're starting wars. And then when they can handle it, they're trying to run and hide and play games. And you have people suffering. Come above the ground and fight. Face Israel and fight. Then if you win, you win. You don't on the ground hiding and running around on the ground and ducking Israel. Face Israel army. You're a big man. You start a war. Face Israel. Have a nice day, brother.
You too. Have a good morning. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. Caller via the WhatsApp. Good morning.
Good morning, GT again. I hate to have to come back, but there's some information that is being put on this medium. For one, the advertisement that the caller called that is in AI. The folks explain when they were on your program.
Yes, they did.
There are two announcements. One locally with your speakers, with everybody understand, and one with this other one. So that, you choose your pick. Probably she only heard this one. Secondly, she also talked about the African leaders should come here 100 years, every 100 years. I don't think this woman knows who she is. Because why I disagree with the choice of who was selected to come here, the guy have every right to be here as president. In fact, Ghana, forgetting the current leader, have done quite a bit in terms of trying to have some kind of reconciliation or rapport, restoration of the link of the people in the diaspora. A lot of people come from Ghana.
All right.
So it's not about where they come in and time. This is normal. Even when you are the United Nations, people sign agreement. When they meet out, the World Bank and so on, they sign on the side, they sign agreement, a bilateral agreement.
All right.
So coming here for the celebration and doing that, there's nothing wrong in that. My only thing is that we should invite somebody else other than this man, because he's working with the West to undermine Niger and Burkina Faso and them. And there was one other thing I wanted to think, but he's slipping me now. But we have some really archaic, even the last caller about Israel. How we know that the video that they're showing that Israel is saying is not false? The Israeli military and so on, they are really perfect in having this information. So, and money, they say that about a local person here. They always try to demonize and satanize
All right, caller. Thank you so much, caller. We are a bit strapped for time, so thank you so much. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Yes, I got to talk about them. Well, you see, we have to have sense and understanding with money. We don't have no sense. You only come in and talking, especially those the video and them those good trenders on the phone.
All right, caller, we strapped for time. It's almost time for us to wrap the program up this morning. So I want to thank you so much. All right, let's, folks. It's straight up 10 a.m. and it's about time for us to take a wrap for today's program. Thanks all who contributed some way or the other on To The Point this morning, the open line edition. I want to say thanks once again for a great week for our program this week. Thank you so much. Have yourself a great day. There's some folks who were so unhappy with me for this week. I hope you don't lose any sleep over it for the weekend. Have yourself a good one. That's where I say goodbye. And until we have another program, something like that will be next week. Goodbye. Have a good one.